Hey, this is Brandy back with a project share. This is my comic book superhero mini album. It was made with the Recollections collection, Comic Heroes. It's a really cute collection. Here's a look at the papers that come in the pack. This album measures about 5.5 by about 7.5. The front cover, I just fussy cut the kaboom out of the 12 by 12 paper. I would have used it as one sheet and not done all the fussy cutting to save myself some time, but the proportions were a little off for the size album and the 12 by 12 paper, so I fussy cut it and the stars out and then layered it on top of this red burst paper, I guess is the best description of it. And then my cover is a wrapped cover, and I just used the black Recollections cardstock. My spine just has this paper on it. It is about a 2¼ inch spine, and then the back is plain. My closure is magnetic. There's a lot of magnets in this album, and all I did was take 2 pieces of cardstock. It measures 1.5 inches or so, and then rounded the corners with my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper, and then I put some really strong adhesive between the two of them, sandwiched the magnet, and then I just took my bone folder and kind of curled it like you used to curl ribbon. So I just went like this, just so that I get a good curl on it without breaking the, like, just loosening up the fibers of the paper. So there's that. And then on the inside front cover, I just have a corner pocket, which you could put something small here if you wanted to. It just has a 4x6 photo mat, which was part of the cut aparts in the collection. I left quite a few open spaces for a full 4x6 because the pages are only 4.5 by 6.5. I left a full page so that you could have a nice photo mat, please. And then the paper that had all the pow, zam, bang, all those on them, I backed it with black cardstock and then fussy cut all around a bunch of them so that I had them as decorations. So there's a spot for a small photo here and a small photo here. For this one, I just made pockets within like the design of the paper, so along the diagonal. And all I did was back the actual paper with cardstock in those areas and then sliced it through just to give it some more stability. And then I added my things. I do leave almost all of my things open a little bit so you can stick things underneath them. And then again, left open. This will fit a 4x4 photo, a 4x4, and then there's a nice large, you could do 4x4, some, like a journaling bubble here, and then another 4x4 at the top. That way you get to enjoy the paper and have pictures at the same time. This is just an insert, and it's for a 4x6 photo. And again, you can do 4x6s on both sides. You can do 2 smaller photos. I don't feel like fighting with that. And then again, a large photo. And this flips open. And again, I just flip my pockets with the design of the paper. And then these, you can do smaller photos. And then it leaves a nice little spot. You could journal underneath the photo, put a date, whatever you want. And then I left a little journaling spot here. And these all my pages close with magnets. And then this is just a shallow pocket, which is the only place I didn't leave it open a little bit for you to slide underneath. And then you have a 4x6. And you could actually even put another picture on the back. Plenty of room for it. This one I just cut into the paper with an X-Acto knife, and just like I did with my slits and all my cut aparts, I just backed it with cardstock and then cut into paper just to give it a little bit more stability. And then you can put a photo right back behind there, and it becomes part of the page. And then this one opens, and you get a 4x6. This comes out, or 4x4, 4x6, 4x4, and a 4x6. Get that all in frame. And it just closes, and there's a magnet behind here. There's a whole page of these comic book strip bubbles. So I cut them all apart and I placed them throughout, and then where you want to put the picture, I left it up so that there's just glue on the outside edges, and you can slip your picture in so it becomes part of it. And then there's this paper, and that paper, and then another photo mat. And all I did for here was I cut my photo mat a 1/2 inch bigger, and then I cut a 1 inch strip and then scored it at a 1/2 inch and folded it over. And I inked everything with black soot distress ink. So then you have this one, and again I cut into these, and then this one opens, and you have places for large photos and the square photos. And then this is the last one, and it's actually a pocket, and you can fit a photo right behind it, and you can just adhere the photo down, put another smaller photo here, and then this back has just another photo spot. You can do some journaling. This would be a great place to journal. And then more photo mats. So that is my superhero mini album that I made, and I will be sending it off to the person that I designed it for very shortly, and I hope that they absolutely love it. If they don't, well, oh well. You guys have a great day, and thank you for listening. If you want to see more from me, you can follow me on Instagram at The Craft Bean, or follow my Facebook page, which is also The Craft Bean. And you can follow me on Pinterest, which is BL Mayat. So thanks, and I will see you guys soon.